Greetings and salutations, viewers. As I, Cybertron X, coming to you with another response video to Timey to Wimey about Kamen Rider. Check the theme yet? Yeah, it seems he posted 5 more questions for us to answer. You bastard. Just a bastard, I will say that. Alright. 5 more questions for me to answer for Kamen Rider fans. You know, I do Transformers reviews too. I promise you I do. Alright. Here's my next 5 questions. Question number 6. Which series of Kamen Rider do you recommend to a newbie to start with? Wow, that's actually a good question. I would say either I started with Kamen Rider Double, and Kamen Rider Double was a good place to start. I also recommend Kamen Rider Kiva, not Kiva, Decade. Start with Decade as well. It might get a little confusing after a while, but it also is a great place to start where you can get a feel for the other riders. They're not the same as the riders in their own shows, but you get a feel and it'll make you want to find out more about them. That's my opinion. And Decade was a good show. What is your worst series of Kamen Rider? Ooh. There again, I'm going to have to say 5s. Another thing that got me about 5s that I really didn't like, it's just something about the way it was shot. It just didn't appeal to me. It wasn't visually stimulating, if you know what I mean. Because I like my villains also to have like color to them, like depth. Just all gray character villains. I think it was the lack of color. I also do. I think it was the lack of color that also took away from me. I mean, I got 12 episodes in, and I just couldn't feel it. I just wasn't feeling it, so I stopped. I'm sorry. Who are your favorite villains? Can answer that with one thing. Dopants. The Dopants were my favorite villains because you didn't know who was going to be one. I mean, and when you found out who the villain was, it was a shock. Like, whoa, they're the bad guys. And it was actually pretty neat. I mean, that's one of the things I liked about Double. You had your main villains, but then you had your like the Dopants would be different people that you wouldn't recognize. So I like that. What do you consider to be the most successful gimmick in a Kamen Rider franchise? Most successful gimmick? Actually, there's 2. Kamen Rider Double's Gaia memories, which will allow Double to switch forms all the time, as well as O's medals. Because you could get multiple. I mean, you had like Cyclone Joker, Lunar Joker, Heat Joker, and then you could have Cyclone Metal, Lunar Metal, Heat Metal. It was just a great mix. And with O's, I mean, you have multiple combinations. You have a head, chest, and legs. Multiple combinations for multiple fighting styles, which was a really cool idea. I just loved it. Do you collect toys? Yes. And if so, what is your crown jewel? The crown jewel in my collection, the one I get the most enjoyment out of, well, for right now, is my Kamen Rider Kiva belt. It's a Kiva belt. I have a Kamen Rider Kiva belt. I'm saying Kiva just to annoy a person that's a fan of mine and a friend, because he can't stand Kiva. He should watch more Kiva. Kiva is interesting, so go and watch Kiva. That's right, Krog. Go and watch Kiva. 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 Go watch Kiva. That is all on that. But yeah, my Kiva belt, because you actually get a lot of playability out of that. I think my next one's going to be the O's driver that I should be getting soon. So, yes, there we go. So that is my answers to the response to these 5 questions. 3 to 1, he's going to come up with 5 more tomorrow. If he does, I'm going to call him a bastard for the rest of the night. All right. So that's my response to Matty-booboo. So I hope that was helpful. Later, people.